Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Maitri and I'm very passionate about tabletops and I'm learning to be a better GM, a better player, and a better person. And I'll share with you some of the cool stuff that I've been learning. Today we're going to be talking about something that's kind of near and dear to my heart. And you probably know this if you've been here a minute. I'm a big fan of horror in gaming, and I kind of feel like personalizing horror is what's really made it unforgettable for me at a table as a player. And when I've tried to do that with my own players, it's landed pretty well. So today I want to talk about how personalizing horror can make it pretty unforgettable and memorable, and why personal horror is probably some of the most effective horror you can run. And it'll be a great addition to your toolkit for running horror games. Before I get started, I really want to say, if you like horror, this is hopefully going to be helpful. But not everybody does, and that's totally fine. People get so weird about being able to take horror, but it's like a genre like anything else. So if you like it, great. If you don't like it, or if certain things just it's not fun for you, it's just uncomfortable. I think maybe you should relook at your relationship with her, because ultimately you want players to feel scared in character but still feel safe at the table. People as players, your friends, should not be made to be uncomfortable and icky, and nobody's really kind of seeing anything anyway. Everyone's just kind of muscling through because you don't want to be difficult to other people at the table. But so think about whether you actually like horror, and it's fine if the answer is no. But if you do like horror, like I said, this hopefully is going to be helpful for you. Specifically, personal horror, as I mentioned, this is kind of for when you want your players to feel, to get sort of wide eyed or face bomb and go, are you fucking kidding me? Because now you're taking it from scary to them specifically. Call of Cthulhu articulates this really well with individual sanity checks. Delta Green does too. But I love that so much that I use it all the time and really lean into it with my Call of Cthulhu game on my Delta Green. Call of Cthulhu is an APM on Delta Green, and so I'll link those in the description if you want to check them out. So let's get into it. Number one, generic monsters are scary. Personal ones are devastating. But if you want to scare players beyond just a surface level, the horror needs to matter to the characters. A monster you can barely see in the dark is scary. A monster you can barely see in the dark that calls you a name in your dead grandmother's voice, that's fucking terrifying. Shadow that creepily kind of moves autonomously, not linked to anything, that's pretty scary. But a shadow that moves autonomously that has their mother's name, now they're stopping in their tracks. And so instead of just you hear whispering, kind of flash that out to you hear whispering, and after a second you realize it's your childhood nickname, the one only your mother ever used. Same dice, different impact. Now they're not just reacting to a monster, They're reacting to a monster and memory. That's what makes it stick. Number 2, let the past be a monster. Backstories are fertile ground for horror. Every unresolved guilt, every person they couldn't save, everyone they ran away from. Hell yes. It's especially great if a PC has died during the campaign. That's fucking perfect because now you can use the ghost of that PC. And bonus, that player is probably gonna feel kind of cool to be brought in as like a powerful NPC even for a moment. And the rest of your table will be like, oh fuck. Because now, sort of, instead of inventing something scary, ask what haunts this character already and then bring that to life. It's surprising, but it's also consequences and failure. And again, for this piece, that's what makes it stick. Number 3, make the familiar weird. Horror lives in contrast, so when you are trying to run personal horror, take something that the PCs know, something that feels safe and comforting, and twist it just enough so it becomes unsettling. You're not looking for jump scares, you're just looking for, like, off. It could be a lullaby they sang to their kid and their voice is coming through this, like, distorted, broken speaker for a few seconds, or their training gear that they use every day is soaked in blood and hanging off the back of a chair. You're trying to create friction between what they know and what they thought they knew. That is what makes people pause. The uncanny lives in small shifts, so take something routine that they trust and show them that they shouldn't. For bonus points, make each of the PCs have a different experience. Either they see nothing, or they see the monster for what it is, or they have their own personal take. Because, like I've been saying, the best horror doesn't jump scare. It's unsettling and it's nerve-wracking and it lingers in the familiarity. Anyway, that's all I had, short and sweet. But if you like this video, consider subscribing. If you don't like notifications or subscriptions, I do have a backlog of stuff. I also have an audio-only podcast format and a written blog format, if that's kind of better for folks. Links to all of that and some EPs I'm on in the description. But otherwise, thank you so much for hanging out. Come see me again soon. Bye.